Thought some of you might be interested in what variety the tomatoes, the trailing tomatoes that I've put in my hanging baskets. Well, that's the red one. I told you that they were currants, and this one's a gold rush, and that's a yellow one, if you can see that. Got them from Just Seeds, and well, it's the first time I've grown them. I've put all of them in. There weren't very many seeds in the pack, but we'll just for a bit of an experiment. Quite interested to see how they come. I saw them at the Gardener's World show at Birmingham, and they got them trailing. Well, they haven't got them trailing, they got them climbing, but I've got nowhere for them to climb, so I've decided to have them as trailers out of my hanging baskets. So these are the actual plants, and I can't quite tell which ones are the yellow ones and which ones are the red ones now, because they've all kind of sprung up the same. I had got them separate in separate trays, and then I've moved them on to here into these baskets, and now I can't remember which ones are which. Well, never mind, it doesn't matter. We'll soon find out when they start producing fruit. Right, these are my grapevines. I've had a bit of a prune because I am taking this one straight up, and this one's going to be a side one. The side one may come off, I don't know. I may just go for the length this year, tallness, but I'm undecided, so I've left that one on, and let's give it a bit more greenery. I didn't want to kill it by chopping all of them off. We've took quite a few off, and this is the other one, and I've done the same thing. I'll get this one tied up because it's not going straight. I have to go and find some ties. Californian poppies coming up. We've got a few weeds here. We better get a bit of them pulled up. I'll have to come back to that later, but I'll get all in a mess. Dahlias, these two are doing all right. The slugs are having these, but I can't put any slug pellets down unless I move it because of the dogs. So might be moving that because everything else is doing fine. Over here, these are new. I've just put a few at the back because I'd got some spare. They're very tall, with a nice little delicate flower on them. This is McKellar lily coming up, so things are coming on nice. And we've got, that red one's going to be nice. Look at that. These are suddenly doing very well. So we're going to have, that's going to be like a yellowy green and a red. That's nice. I'm not sure how many's in here because my friend's mum gave them me, and I put them all in one container, so I don't know how many have survived. There's two main ones. I think this one's a separate one, so that might come up in the colour. I've had a disaster. The frost has caught my hawk's head, and it looks like it's dead. And it's supposed to be hardy, and it survived all winter, and these leaves came and the frost got it, but it didn't touch that one over there. So I don't know whether it's completely dead or whether it's going to come back, but it don't look very happy, does it? Never mind. This is still, my bleeding heart is still flowering. That's done really well, and even a few new ones still coming, so I'm pleased with that. And this is from last year, and it was only small. and I put it in with that, and it might be outdoing it. I think these, I can't remember what they are, so we'll have to see. But overall, we've had a very slow start to the year with one thing and another. Mostly me, not the weather's been a bit peculiar, but it's 1 minute it's warm and damp, next minute it's freezing, and then we get the occasional red hot day. So things are suffering, including me. I'm not been well for quite a while now, so I do a bit when I'm feeling alright. I seem to spend more days not feeling good than I do feeling good, so we just have to carry on. So I'm hoping these are going to get a lot of apples off this. Might start feeding it now that the buds, the flowers have done and the apples are starting to form, because it's only in this pot that it got moved into last year. So my other calla lily, that's doing all right. I've got a bit of a fancy watering system because it was dripping off onto the floor, so and that wouldn't stay there, get sliding off, so I've just rigged something up. If we come along here, you can see my mint doing well. We have, this is very, very pretty. It looks like we've got two this year. I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry for losing labels. And I've moved all my spring bulbs. Whoops, that's just broke something. I don't know what I just snapped off, but how'd it go? That's a weed. Some nettles there. There's always nettles around here. Move my spring flowering stuff that's gone over, but this is still, even though it's starting to go, colour's starting to go, it'd make a nice dry flower actually if you cut it and dried it. So I've moved it here out of the way of the dogs, because I've moved all the other tulips and different things. Coming to this one, I've got loads of things coming up. Look, got loads of bits and bobs. This is Californian poppy. I just sprinkled a few seeds in because I weren't sure what was in this pot, and now there's loads of things coming up. This pot, if you look closely, there's some coming up. I put them around the side because I think this dahlia here is dead. So we'll have some things coming up, and then the centre I'll replace for next year. And if we come along here, I am beginning to think these are weeds. I did put a lot of different bulbs in, but I don't think these are the bulbs. I think they're weeds. I'm going to have to take them out. I'm having a bit of trouble with the lily beetle. It's just catching the buggers. Pardon my language. There you are, look. This is where we have to stomp on it. Right, it's just when you touch them, touch the plant, they drop to the bottom, and then you can't find them. I had these last year. I might get some more. They're really nice. Can't really remember what they're called. I'm terrible with names. So, yeah, I'm sure they're weeds. So, let's have a see. See if we can get a bit of root. Yeah, they're definitely not a bulb. They're weeds. I said they was weeds. But you never know. And you don't like to go and pull something up, because if you look at this one, that's got a lighter leaf. If I'd have grabbed them all before they got big, oops, I'm trying to film and pull weeds up at the same time. If I'd have pulled them out before, I might have pulled my bulbs up, and then I wouldn't have had them, would I? So That's the problem. Right, I'm just going to put you on pause a minute while I get rid of these weeds. Granny's bonnet's come out. I can tip that so you can see it. That one's really nice. This plant's doing really well. That's just a bit of an update on these. I've actually not posted the last one I did of these because the computer's been playing up and I couldn't get it all in one big file, so I split it into two, but I've not put it on yet. So I might add this bit to the other bit, and I showed you these as well, and they're really starting to poke through now. I think it's the rain that's done that. Oh, one or two of the bulbs showing there, but cover that up. That's looking nice. I came the other day and my chives were decimated, all the tops. I thought my daughter had been out and been cutting them because it was just starting to flower. So I stuck some slug pellets in, and look what I found. Yes, dead snails. That's who's had my chives. So if we come up here, a bit of weeding needs doing, but we've had to put slug pellets round my dahlias because if you can see, 1, 2, 3, just off of that little bit there. Once they get tall, the slugs will leave it alone, but it's getting established and they're first coming up. Here we go, look, that's a dead one, that's a dead one, that one's about a bit alive, so it's going under my shoe. So another one, look, sorry about the crunching where I am treading on them. Back of my screen's gone off, so I can't see where I'm pointing. Another one, look. This one's starting to come now. I've put the slug pellets down and the little ones are just starting to recover. I think there's one there that's not come up from last year. I think that one is starting just here, look. I thought that one wasn't going to come. But you see the slugs kept taking the tops off as soon as they were coming through. So you just don't stand a chance. But they look alright. And once they've got to this size, they don't have so much problem with the slugs and the snails. But, not got as many as last year. Last year I came out, used to come out every night and kill hundreds. So we've got rid of a lot, kind of got the amount down. Right, I'm going to go. I'm neglecting the nettle cutting. Look, I've not done that, but across there I put some seeds in that I saved from last year from the nasturtiums. I've got some nasturtiums growing in a little greenhouse, but I'll show you what's come up. Here we are, look. I've got quite a few. Oh, got a lot under there, look, coming up. There's one back there. I put a lot of seeds in, but the ground was very dry earlier on, and so I put this watering system in. Oops, sorry you can't see. This watering system in. This is where I get nettled. I hate nettles. And oh, there are weeds under there. It's coming up round that mint. There they are. I put quite a few seeds in, but a lot of them haven't come up because it was so dry. Now it's a bit more damp. They're coming up. And I've put this over to stop them getting caught by frost. Bunch of it. With me being a bit neglecting things this year, I've not been keeping an eye on things, if I'd been keeping an eye on things when things were dry, they would have got watered a bit more. But I put the watering system in, so some of the seeds have got watered and some have come up. But they go mad anyway, them nasturtiums. So, and I've got a few down there which I'll show you that I can bring up and put in any gaps.